thing about cursive is that AI doesn't read cursive. So if you want to talk shit on Instagram, make a post and put it in cursive and then take a photo of that thing and then post that.
Wow.
And that way it won't flag all your shit talking. All the things that, like, there's certain words that get flagged. You know?
Yeah, I fuck around with AI a lot. I use it all the time, and it flags certain things, so you have to be really creative. Instead of like a woman's breast, you got to be like, Victoria's Secret. You have to like use all these words that like try to get her to have good boobs and stuff.
But then how do they do all those dirty ones? Like I've seen Joey Diaz with giant dicks.
Yeah, well, there's a few that allow you to do dirty ones, but they're not usually as good as the legit ones. The one I use, I pay like $30 a month for, and
really,
yeah,
that's more than Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's so much more fun. It's addicting. I will just sit there and spend like hours trying to make AI to make the perfect poster or something like that. It's perfect for posters, though.
The illustrators are getting very upset. People are very upset. There's a guy who just made a children's book, and all the illustrations have been generated with AI, and people are super upset with him.
I was just looking. There's a new game that Justin Roiland made.
It's awesome.
I'm trying to read if he used AI art or what exactly this says.
And people are mad at him?
I don't know.
AI art.
Yeah, I've seen this game, but I didn't know it had anything to do with AI art.
It's something high, right?
It says used controversial AI art for new shooters. Let's say.
Isn't it interesting that it's all computer-generated images anyway? Right? It's not like people are Rick and Morty creator. Yeah. Oh,
this game is badass, man.
Look how dope it looks. Rick and Morty creator used controversial AI art, voice acting in new shooter. Oh, and voice acting, AI voice acting.
Used a machine learning algorithm to create poster art and even a vocal performance.
Well, listen, why is that bad? I don't understand how that's bad.
Yeah, I don't either.
This idea that you're putting people out of work, yeah, that's true. But that's also the case with like autonomous trucks. Like, should we not have autonomous trucks that never crash, or should we let truckers get high on meth and drive across the country? Which they don't anymore, I should just say. They actually limit the amount of time that they're allowed to be behind the wheel, where they used to just fucking meth up and let's go, and they make it across the whole country in a day. They're not allowed to do that anymore.
I see why artists are pissed, though, not because they're going to lose their job, which they definitely are, because it's amazing what AI, but AI takes from other artists, like a style of an artist. So you can like see other people's work in the AI, like AI is using their kind of style. So I see that. It's kind of like copying and just changing little things.
I posted some of that the other day from Alex Gray. Who, look, I love dearly. I've had Alex on the podcast before. I think his art is amazing. But this stuff is incredible.
Yeah, look at that.
Go one more to the right of that. Look at that. These are insane, man. This is insane. Look how gorgeous that is. And that's done in Alex Gray's style. And a lot of people don't like it. They're upset with it. Look at that. Come on, man.
It's amazing.
Fucking beautiful. Even how like one eye is different than the other eye. One eye's kind of droopy. Look at that. That is amazing. Anyone that says that's not beautiful because it wasn't totally done by the hand of a man or a woman or a non-binary person. Look at that. That's incredible, man. Look at this where the skulls go into the mushroom. I'm sorry. That is fucking beautiful. And it is created by a person because a person had to program this thing. Is it the same? Do I value it the same? No. Because what I value from a piece of art is that someone created it. There's a thing about it, but it's a different thing. I still think that's beautiful. Like I've like when I see like a video game that uses like that new Unreal Engine that's incredible. I don't get upset that someone didn't paint that. Right. I don't get upset that someone didn't create the textures all on their own. I just look at it and say that's beautiful. But is it the same as someone doing an amazing animation that they drew by hand, like the old Mickey Mouse days? No, those are different things. But they're just because someone can do it better now with technology doesn't mean it's bad. Like fuck AI art, okay, but isn't it gorgeous? Like I get what people are saying that you're taking someone's style. I get, but I think human beings are still going to make the distinction of something being gorgeous, like that a person makes. like with a person does it with their hand, they're going to like that more, always.
I just did Joe Rogan in the style of Alex Gray.
Oh, my God. That quickly?
Yeah.
There's a voice changer that I've used to make my voice sound like yours.
Yeah. Have you seen that yet?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. I saw one where they had me doing a podcast with Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is so crazy.
And it's just a matter of time before that's just available to everyone. Everyone uses it, you know. Like you like a girl, you have a video where she says, "Brian, I love you," and you send it to her, and she's like, "What the fuck? I never said this." You know, like the fact that they can do that in real time, it just shows you how amazing the processing power is. Like if it gets better and better than that, they'll be able to not just do a person's face with a black background, but like a complex imagery in the background. Like that person could be on the moon, that person could be in Antarctica.
And then you mix robot with that realistic robot. So like the robot that Elon's making, and then you put like a fake skin on him, and then real time, that could be a robot Joe Rogan, and voice-wise,
100%. That's coming for sure. For sure, everyone's going to have like Scarlett Johansson in their house that's like their maid is going to be a robot that looks like, what's that lady from Modern Family? Bombshell lady?
Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
You're going to have Sofia Vergara cooking food in your house and greeting everybody at the front door. And you're like, what? There's like 3 of her in your house? Like, what's going on? You know, like if you go to Bill Gates' house, there's just all these like super hot robots.
All with rusted crotches.
That's the first thing to break. You know, it's like in the old cars, like the brakes didn't work that good. These robots, they rust up.
The crotch.
They find out that you can't come in them. Yeah. You can have sex with them, but you got to pull out because something happens. There's a lot of corrosive aspects to your jizz.
Does your robot have crust rotch?
Crust rotch.
Build-up.
Crotch rust. I knew what you were saying, but
WD.
Crust Rotch should be the name of your band. Crust Rotch.